good. But we're here for the jokes and teddy pants-less. From the kickoff to the final whistles blow, we'll take the two and then we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the play.
Wasted World of Sports crew, ahoy, and welcome back. Thanks for sticking with me here. If you came over from the All Blacks versus Italy game, where's my phone? There it is. Transferred it to the other pocket. Now, we were talking a little bit about this during that game. I don't know. I've learned over the years to trust your gut instincts, and I've just got this sneaky feeling. I was impressed with the way that the Wallabies performed last week, right? Like, they very nearly created a boil-over against Ireland. I just wonder. I've got this cheeky little feeling if, and it all comes down to if they can put on a similar performance. So, I mean, they have to be able to step up and play to the same standard that they played. It's still yet to be proven if they can do it back-to-back weeks. But I've just, man, I tell you what, I might play it safe. Maybe I play it a little bit safe and I just cover the line. But I'm anticipating a little bit of a boil over here. The Wallabies, if they can perform like they did last week, they will be right in this match. And the fact that they are a very, very, very tasty $3 something, $3 evens. They are a very juicy $3 evens. And I tell you what, at $3 evens, that is worth my time. That is definitely worth investigating. Colt, ahoy, mate. Over there on the TikTok. Nice to have you along. As the teams are out on the field now, ready for the anthems. Do the Wallabies have their game faces on? Time will tell. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to go all in on it. I've backed it. I'm going to put the proverbials on the chopping block. Wallabies, my prediction to sneak a victory here tonight. And I'm going to back them in. I'm not even going to have the safety of the line. Let's not even take the safety net of the line. Let's just go all in on the Wallabies. And I can live to regret that in the morning if that's the way it eventuates. I just think if they play the way they did last week, and I mean, France were quite, what's the word? France they put in a good performance against the All Blacks as well themselves. So an admirable effort, despite it being a losing effort. All right, so there we go. And I have a same game multi that pretty much reflects that. Michael7862 wants to know when Quade Cooper gets another chance. Well, we have to move on from Quade Cooper. Most definitely. National anthem's underway. Quade Cooper, talk about... Hey, do you reckon Quade Cooper was like the Reece Walsh of his generation, of his era? Quade Cooper was that poster boy X-Factor player that just never... He was rocks or diamonds. He was either going to pull off that 50-50 play, and look like a god, or he was going to look useless. And ultimately, teams figured out how to get under his skin and make him look useless a lot more than he provided diamonds. And we're seeing the same thing now with Reece Walsh. Teams have figured him out. But anyway, I digress. Kickoff moments away. As you can see, I've loaded up on Wallabies in the same game multi. I've also backed the Wallabies in straight. Let's see. The fact that I'm actually on board terrifies me. It's North versus South, though. I'm jumping on board with the Southern Hemisphere. Let's see if they can get the job done. It terrifies me, though, that I am actually on board with the Wallabies. That scares me. If the Wallabies... It's been a history of hatred, the Wallabies and I. So you just know they will reserve their worst ever performance for a time where I've backed them, just in spite. They're not going to want to win for me. That's for dead set certain. So let's see how it goes. Oh, France is set for the kickoff. Suncorp Stadium is the scene as round 2 of the Nations Championship continues. We also have, I'm going to once again chuck the Rugby League on in the background. Let's see how the Bulldogs are going against the Raiders. So we'll keep you posted. We'll keep you posted once again with both games going on. Wallabies taking on France. Carl Dickinson, the official. Seven seconds to go. I jump-started the clock, assuming that I was going to end up ahead at some point. Referee blows the whistle. France with the kickoff. They go short. A little trick play early, and they secure the ball. Well, a little bit of a heads-up play early there from the French, and they go on the attack immediately. Hopefully that is not a signal of things to come in this one. And talking about fast starts, over in the NRL around the grounds, the Bulldogs got themselves across the line early against the Raiders. If that try gets awarded. Joseph, 685, ahoy. Odd pop at ahoy. Michael, 7862, ahoy. As the Wallabies secure turnover ball. Counter-attack is on. The kick from halfway. Bounces into touch inside the 22. Now, was that a 50-22? Swalihi. And after that early surprise attack from France, the Wallabies will go on the attack now inside the 22. Joey Swalihi. Rugby fella, ahoy, mate. So over in the NRL, the Bulldogs, they got themselves over in the corner. Xavier Savage picks the loose ball up and runs the length of the field. Oh! The TMO has intervened and they've come all the way back for a penalty to France. High contact. Penalty to France right out in front. And it's not the Wallabies going on the attack. It's a dangerous tackle. The TMO injects himself early. And France come all the way back upfield, 40 metres out from the Wallabies line to go on the attack. So, crazy scenes around the grounds in the NRL. The Bulldogs got across in the corner, but the Raiders have picked it up, a loose ball, obviously, and run the length of the field to score. The try is confirmed. So the Raiders are up early. France find touch inside the 22. Australia look to disrupt the line out. It's taken down by Noshi. 5 metres out from the line now. France. Jagot. Lays it back. Switch of direction as they come back down the left edge. Moefana gets up and goes again. He's tackled now to ground, 10 meters out. Luchu goes in and digs it out, sends it into midfield. Miafu sets it up nicely. France going through the faces. Right in front of the post now. Quick ruck ball and space out to the right. Great one. Oh, the one-on-one tackle is actually missed by Lonergan. I was going to say great one-on-one tackle, but he ends up slipping off. And it's front foot ball now for France. Luchu digs it out again. 5 meters out. The crash ball. Miafu is over the line and scores the try. And it's the try early. Emmanuel Miafu, the Pokemon. And it is a red-hot start here for the French. Clint 007, you're a Kiwi, but you'll cheer for Aussie victory over the French. Anyways, Miafu, I choose you. The Pokemon scores. And it's 5-0. France, early lead. Conversion successful from Luchu. And it is 7 points to 0 early. And this is early warning signs. Very early warning signs here for the Wallabies. I mean, I talked about it. I said, I'm nervous as all hell because I've actually picked them. I don't think the Wallabies are going to be able to handle the fact that I'm actually on board with them here. They're not going to want to win the game for me. 7 points to 0. France with the early lead. Wallabies with the restart. Meredith sends it into the 22. And Gazzotti tucks it under the shoulder, brings it outside of the red zone. Luchu controls it at the back, sends the box kick downfield, stepping back in the 22. Can't put it out on the full. And it's taken here from the Wallabies on halfway. Wow, what could have been, huh? Stay hunky, ahoy, mate. As the Wallabies find space out on the right edge. Stepping back in field is Jorgensen, tackled on halfway. Now Meredith shifts it out to the left now. Ikitau fires the pass over. How are you, Stay Hunky? As the Bulldogs look like they're having a tough start against Canberra. Around the grounds in the NRL, trailing 6-0 early. Jorgensen, again, no space to move here for the Wallabies. The French defense sliding across nicely. Ala'alatoa. When will he... is he even on the... No, Ala'alatoa is actually... Forward pass is called here against the Wallabies. Scrum down to France, and the home crowd doesn't like it. So Josh Nasser came off 3 minutes into the game, and Paenga-Amosa is on at hooker. Ala'alatoa is all the way over on the left side of the field. He is just meandering over here to the right edge for scrum time. And the Wallabies, as I was saying, what could have been? They secured a turnover. Swalihi kicked a 50-22. They would have been on the attack early in the opening 3 minutes, but instead, the TMO turned that call around. You're good. Stay hunky. Just a few beers and a barbecue for the night. Very nice. That's the way. Scrum down here for France. 10 short of the halfway line. It binds and sets. And a free kick to France. They immediately shift out to the right. On halfway, Jalibert sends it on. And Adesogbe pops it back in field. The ball sits up now for Moefana. Spills it out the back. It's called forward. Knock on against France. But the counter-attack was good. They got all the way down the other end of the field. The Wallabies will get the scrum feed. 7 points to 0. France in the lead. 8.5 gone. About 30 metres out from their own line over on the left edge. They crouch. And bind. Free kick to the Wallabies. Free kick to the Wallabies at scrum time. 8 minutes gone. 7-0. France in the lead. Need the Wallabies to come back into this. They need to wake up. Meredith puts the high ball up. Contestable, well taken. France have taken it 10 inside their own half. Adesogbe it was under the high ball. And a penalty now to the Wallabies. An illegal clean out. Angus Bell got in and caused a menace of himself. 40 metres out right in front. They've tipped him up in the clean out illegally. And this will be a penalty to the Wallabies. I better see what all the fuss is about out here. From the line-out throw, it's been tapped back down to Paenga-Amosa. And a penalty advantage now for the Wallabies. Half a metre out from the line. They keep it in tight and try to burrow under. There must have been a possum in the backyard or something. As the Wallabies now pick and go. And they're across the line. Try for Paenga-Amosa. He's unexpectedly on the field. And Paenga-Amosa is able to dive over and make it 7 points to 5 with the kick to come. Three minutes into the contest, he finds himself on the field. Capture, thank you very much for the rose over there on TikTok. Much appreciated. Yes, I did. I had to pop off and see. I don't know if you guys could hear that in the background. If you could hear my dog barking. She spotted something in the backyard there. So I had to sort that out. Conversion attempt now. 10 to the left of the post. Lonergan puts it down the middle. Conversion successful. And it's 7-all. The Wallabies have locked up. Beautiful line-out move from the Wallabies. Kept it in tight. And Paenga-Amosa finishes it off. France with the restart. Oh, and it's lost forward by the Wallabies. They couldn't control the ball. France goes straight back on the attack. Just outside the 22. Jagoul loses it at the back. And will come back for the initial infringement. The knock-on against the Wallabies. 22 metres out or thereabouts over on that right edge of the field. France on the attack. Scrum down as around the grounds in the NRL. Canberra Raiders extend their lead. Everything coming up Millhouse for the Raiders, it looks like. The poor old Bulldogs. Quarter of the contest gone. 10-0 with the kick to come. Raiders off to a very good start over in the NRL. Here we go. Back to the rugby. They bind and set. Big shove here from the Wallabies. But it resets. Collapsing over on the far side. We'll get a scrum reset. Haven, Moe, ahoy mate. Yes, good try for Paenga-Amosa. That one, stay hunky. One question, how long can a kicker in rugby union can hold the time for a conversion kick compared to league? Actually, just recently, stay hunky, they've really cracked down on the conversion attempts for the rugby union. It's, I think it's only like a 30-second timer. Like, the rugby union kickers really race through the kicks at goal now. The scrum sets, and it's another big shove from the Wallabies. Still there for France, though. The ball spills out the back, surely off a Wallaby hand. Play on for the moment, says the referee. They've retreated all the way to halfway. Luchu fires it out for Mavaka. And, a little bobble at the back of the ruck from Luchu, not spotted. Still there for France. Nolshi, a little isolated, but a nice clean out. France still in control. Down the left edge, they attack. Bro Barry bumps off one. And he's brought to ground just inside touch. They'll come back infield. Space is opening up here for France. Luchu goes quickly. Out to the right. Intermac steps back infield. They stay short side, 22 metres out. Australia into spoil. Still there for France, though. Noshi. 22 metres out in midfield. Intermac puts the kick in behind the line, and it sits up for Wright. Gives it back to Meredith for the clearing kick. Skews it off the side of the boot. And Meredith, it's not a very good touch finder. Over it goes, but France will still be on the attack. 7 points apiece. France on the attack again. A line-out throw. 22 metres out from the Wallabies line. Mavaka goes to the back. Well secured, uncontested ball. And they stay on their feet. Noshi, 10 metres out. Luchu sends it back into midfield. Gazzotti sets it up. Quick ruck ball. And Bumba, La Bumba, the big man, takes it 5 metres out. They're edging ever closer here, France. The ball spills out of the ruck, and the Wallabies come away with it. Oh, there had to be shenanigans in there. Surely shenanigans. It falls the Wallabies' way anyway. Lonergan sends it back into the end goal. Meredith clears. Not a lot of distance on it again. It's just outside the 22. France will have the line-out throw, but they've got themselves off their own goal line here, the Wallabies. Oh, the Bulldogs have leaked another try. Dear, oh dear. It's going to be another 60-point massacre in the rugby league, apparently. Attacking line out now for France. They go to the middle and spill the ball forward. Wallabies come away with it. They immediately shift out to the right on counter-attack. Swalihi steps back in field. Pops the basketball pass in field. Grubber kick in behind. Looking for it to set up for Tom Wright. He can't keep it in the field of play. France line out throw 10 metres inside the Wallabies half. Game of Mel, ahoy. How about the Sharkies, Game of Mel? France to the middle of the line-out. Ball secured. Beautiful short ball there from Moefana. Well read by the Wallabies defence, though. Intermac, cut out pass to the right. Adesogbe is marked up by the Wallabies defence. Here's Labumba. Back into midfield. Intermac. Pops it up for Moefana again. Puts the grubber kick in behind. Finds space in behind. Meredith flying through now. There's Grandier. And that'll be a try for France in the left corner. 12 points to 7 with the kick to come. Oops. Try Grandier. Whatever his name is. Let's see. There was an early tackle from Meredith as well that he's fought off. He has done extremely well to finish that off. Intermac puts the grubber kick in. He saw the space. There was acres of space in behind Meredith. And the man on Dabu, whatever his name is, I apologize to him profusely that I do not know. Try is confirmed. Luchu from the sideline starts it out to the right. Can't bend it back. And it stays 12 points to 7. But try for France. That was beautiful. The space. Intermac. That's experience. And he put it pinpoint accurate kick into the in goal. And the Wallabies had no answer to that one. Meredith gets us back underway. Sends the kickoff deep into the 22. And it's taken by Jalibert. Jalibert clears up to halfway. $12 points to 7. France in the lead. And this is not the Wallabies that we saw last week. I did give myself a little bit of a disclaimer at the top, and I said the Wallabies need to play the same as last week. Meredith on the wraparound. Now, Jorgensen cuts back in field, takes it up over halfway. Good leg drive in the post contact there. 40 metres out from the French line. Back into midfield. Alatoa pops it up. Well read by the French defence. Caught in midfield. 40 metres out. Wilson. Sets it up. The pick and go at the back of the ruck. France get hands on the ball here. Still there for the Wallabies. Valentini sends it in field for Jeremy Williams. Swalihi in at first receiver for Paenga-Amosa. Very flat-footed from the Wallabies. Very headless attack. Lonergan says, let's go forward. Box kick over the top. It looks like it's a little too heavy. Sits up in the end goal. And it's grounded by Jalibert. And they'll come back for the 22-metre restart or goal line restart. Roman Intermac with the restart. Ron Diggity, ahoy there, mates. Pitiful effort, terrible kick, and then terrible chase off the ball. Haven Mohi says, oh, wee wee. Intermac sends it deep from the restart. Taken on the full by the Wallabies on halfway. Oh, and that's a huge run over the top of Adesogbe. Swalihi beats one, flicks it out the back for Ikitau. Quick hands looking for Fraser McWright, but France get in and interrupt and cause the turnover. 10 short of halfway, it's French ball. Luchu sends it in for Jalibert in midfield. Now into Mac. They immediately shift to the right. Jagot onto Adesogby. No space to move. Pops it back in field. And it's been stolen now by Valentini. Wallabies ball on halfway. Back and forth they go. And Wright puts the kick downfield. Bounces it into touch inside the 22. Tom Wright with a 50-22. And they won't call this one back. Robert Peters, ahoy, mate. Finding touch inside the 22. The referee is now having some words with the French captain. Well, one of the French players anyway. Not sure if it is the captain. Attacking line-out throw here for the Wallabies. Paenga-Amosa hits the target at the front. Wraps around the back. The rolling maul is a decoy. Paenga-Amosa tripped up 10 metres out. Quick ruck ball now. Wilson tries to burrow under. 5 metres out in front of the post. Valentini bumps off one. Brought down by Movaka. The pick and go. Penalty advantage now. Ikitau taken down. 5 out from the line. Paenga-Amosa keeps it in tight. Now Wilson pops it back for Lonergan on the bounce. Swalihi from a standing start gets on the outside. Tapped on by Wright. And Jorgensen. Nowhere to go over on that left edge. 7 metres out from the line. Still there from the Wallabies. Still penalty advantage. 7 phases in. Cut out pass for Jorgensen. Nowhere to go. The referee says enough. We'll come back for the penalty. 12 points to 7. France leading. We've got a high tackle in front of the posts. He's just checked to make sure it was a penalty only. Nothing further needed. 5 metres out right in front. I don't really see the value in the 3 points here. Suspect that they will tap and go and keep the pressure on. Well, wait a minute. The replay has just come up on the big screen. The replay has just come up on the big screen. The referee has seen it, and the referee has said, I've now seen the replay, and I'm overturning this. Shoulder contact, driving up into the face of Valentini. Yellow card incoming. There is a yellow card incoming here. The referee has seen the replay on the big screen and overturned the bunker. Head contact, driving up, and it's a yellow card. He's reached into the pocket. Emmanuel Miofu, the try scorer and everyone's favorite Pokemon. And he's got a yellow card that will be under review. I do believe it will stay yellow. But, huge moment in the game. A yellow card under review. Scrum down, 5 metres out. Bang in front of the posts. Wallabies now with an extra man as well. Looking to put a big shunt on. The scrum collapses. Goes straight to ground. Five meters out, scrum resets. And again, free kick now for the Wallabies as the scrum goes down. A free kick. Do they call the scrum again? France under pressure here. The man in the sin bin. Paenga-Amosa taps and goes. Kenham. A meter out. The Wallabies pick and go. Penalty advantage now as France caught offside. The Wallabies drive over and the try is awarded. Who's come up with it? Fraser McWright. Fraser McWright, the son of a bitch. I had him in my multi last week. He doesn't do diddly squat. He gets the try this week. Of course he does. 12 points all, kick to come. Fraser McWright scores. Lonergan with the conversion puts it over. And the Wallabies lead 14 points to 12. They hit back. The Wallabies have struck back. 14 points to 12, they lead. Robert Peters says Australia will play with fight. Australia will play and fight with pride. Australian men should take note of the Gillaroos. I think unbeaten, best in the world, outstanding. There's the scrum down here for the Wallabies from the restart. 14 points to 12, and it's a big shove. They've got that extra man advantage. Remember, penalty advantage to the Wallabies. Swally, he takes them on up the middle. 10 short of halfway. Lonergan fires it out to the right. Quick hands now. Right. On it goes to Peach. Spins back in field, and he's taken down on halfway. Dylan Peach. Lonergan. Now out to the left. Swally, he wraps around for right. Does the double pump. Spills the ball. It was knocked down by France, though. Oh, and now tension's boiling over. That's how you know the Wallabies are up for this contest as push and shove ensues. France were possibly expecting a little bit of one-way traffic. The Wallabies, $3 rank outsiders in this one, taking the fight to the French. And when tempers boil over like that from the favourites, it usually means the underdog is under their skin. That's good signs for the Wallabies. Oh, Les Kiss watching from the stands. As Wallabies fine touch just inside the French half. $30 gone. And this game nice and close. Paenga-Amosa to the middle. Uncontested ball for Canham. And Valentini now. Rumbles it up the middle. Meredith puts the kick through. Sits up at the back for Jalibert. And Jalibert clears back upfield. Nice kick. Finding space in behind. And it sits up for Jorgensen now on the goal line. And Maxi Jorgensen runs it back 10 metres out. Puts the banana kick in. Doesn't find touch. Gradier brings it back, puts the high ball up. The bomb squad's out. Battered back by the Wallabies, and it's there for them. Wright now clears upfield. Finding acres of space in behind the French. He's inside the 50. It's a 50-22 from Tom Wright. Wallabies will get the line-out throw. A 50-22 from Tom Wright. And the Wallabies will go straight back on the attack. Rugby fella, ahoy mate. This is at Suncorp Stadium. Paenga-Amosa to the middle. Canham taps it down. Here they come, the Wallabies. 22 metres out in midfield. Back on the attack. Quick ruck ball. Out to the left. Canham to Jorgensen. Cut out pass left for Wilson. Angling back in. What's Harry Wilson doing over there? Now Angus Bell. 10 out from the line. Wallabies building nicely. Ikitau puts a good step on. 5 out just to the left of the post. Penalty advantage. France are offside. Swalihi pops it over the top. Jorgensen for the corner. Spills it. Maxi Jorgensen. Superman's for the corner, and he drops it forward. They're celebrating the Wallabies, but I think he's knocked it on. No try. They'll come back for the penalty. The Wallabies were under advantage. Maxi Jorgensen nearly got a tick off our multi there. Fingertip Jones. Out it pops. The French captain being called out here. Luchu, another word. Too many penalties down this end of the field. They're under the pump here. France are under the pump. Five out from the line. And they've decided to put it in the corner. Paenga-Amosa with an attacking line out. Yellow card remains a yellow card for that incident, the high contact earlier. So France will be back to a full complement in 1 minute's time. The Wallabies need to take advantage here of the extra man. Paenga-Amosa to the middle. Canham brings it down. Rolling Maul is set. Rolling Maul is set well and drives over the line for the try. Who's got it at the back? Please tell me it's Harry Wilson. As the Wallabies come away with a try. Oh, it's Fraser McWright with a double. Share it around, you son of a bitch. Fraser McWright, we had him in the multi last week, and he does diddly squat. He comes up with a double here tonight. The line out taken down by Canham, lays it back. And Fraser McWright bags himself a double, the cheeky bugger. It's 19 points to 12 with the kick to come. The Wallabies taking full advantage of the extra man. Baden, 5,000. Ahoy, mate. Lonergan from 10 to the left of the post. Pops another one over. Conversion successful. Wallabies lead 21 points to 12. Seven minutes to go in this first half. And, yeah, it's looking ever likely. I might have 0 ticks off the multi, but my actual match prediction is setting itself up nicely here as halftime approaches. Plenty of time left in this one. Wallabies secure the kickoff. They're inside their own 22. Not afraid to shift it. Swellihi, nowhere to go. Baden, 5,000. Sinbin for Emmanuel Miafu. The French lock. Well, one of the French locks. Number 5. Half-time in the NRL. Rugby fella around the grounds. Raiders 22-0 over the Bulldogs. After we saw the Sharks beat the Dolphins 742-0, we might have another 2-0 scoreline coming up. The Bulldogs have not got out of the gates. France go to the middle of the line out on halfway, secure the ball, tap down to Luchu, and he immediately sends it in midfield. Miofu back on the field. So it's back to 15 on 15. Luchu thinks he spots some space over the top, but it sits up for Valentini. The kick over the top, and Valentini beats the first tackle. It's on down the left here for the Wallabies. Ikitau beats the first tackle. Paenga-Amosa now puts the head down. Head down, bum up. Charges forward. And Ikitau spills it backwards. Lucky there for the Wallabies. Called knock back. Very flat-footed here. Valentini just sets up the ruck. 10 short of halfway. You have to think a box kick is coming here. Lonergan has it at the back. The box kick goes high. Into the French half. And well taken there by Adesogby. 10 short of halfway. Luchu for Intermac. Shuffles it on into midfield. And a good carry there from Nochi. Mr. Dalmo says Australia is looking like winning the Bledisloe now. Well, I wouldn't go that far. And a good carry here from Moefana. Gets the hands free. Pops it up for Adesogby. Luchu in support. Spills it forward. Knock on advantage here. Wallabies can counter-attack. Wright sends it on for Swalihi. Swalihi steps back in field. Puts the fend on. Pops it up for Wright in open space. Wright looks to kick through. Deflects off the French foot. France look to tow it through a second time. Knock on advantage now for France on halfway. They counter-attack. Acres of space in behind. It's a foot race. Getting back there is Fraser McWright. Fraser McWright saves the try. Runs back into the field of play. And Jorgensen kicks upfield from inside the 22. Bouncing towards touch. And it sits up back in field for Adesogby. France with the high ball on halfway. Contestable. Well taken. And it's there for the French still. Wow. Back and forth stuff there. That phase of play. 2 minutes to go until the break. Luchu sends it left for Intermac. Fires the cutout pass over the top. Browbody comes back in field. Keeps the ball alive. Jagot taken down. It's loose ball out the back again for France. Scrappy ball. Bahaj taken down. 40 metres out on that right edge. Grandier. Nowhere to go. The Wallabies defence aims up. Adesogby tries to go down the short side. A minute and a half to go in this opening 40. 21-12, the Wallabies in the lead. What a huge victory it would be if they could keep this up and get themselves across the line. Luchu goes left. Still 22 meters out. Big defense there. Harry Wilson puts the hit on. Oh, they're in illegally over the top. Penalty to France. Hands in the ruck. And you just can't do that. 21-12. And, oh, Harry Wilson nearly falls over. No, that's Canham. Canham nearly trips over Luchu at the back. Didn't see him there. Hands in the ruck for the Wallabies. Now, what do they do here, France? What do they do here? 21-12, 30 seconds to go. Are they going to have a crack at the posts? We've got time off. Time off. Injury stoppage. Kick it. Take the points. 30 seconds to go. I'm with you, Robert Peters. I'm with you all the way on this one. 30 seconds to go. Take the points. 21 points to 15. You're within that converted try. It's all about scoreboard pressure at the end of the day, isn't it? Scoreboard pressure. A converted try puts them back in front when there's only 30 seconds to go till the break anyway. And the way that things have been going, there's certainly no guarantee of a try. So it makes sense to me. Penalty to France here. 25 meters out, 15 to the left of the posts. Let's see what they do. With 30 seconds left, they're putting it into the corner. Oh, bollocks to what we think. They put it into the corner and an attacking line out now 10 meters out. The kick wasn't close enough. Kick wasn't anywhere near close enough. They do get an attacking line out, though. Movaka. This is a big throw. 10 meters out from the line. 10 seconds until the break. Uncontested ball at the front. 10 meters out. The rolling maul is set. The backs are piling in now. A second pod breaks away, but it's a truck and trailer. Oh, they should have taken the 3. A second pod broke off from the maul. Truck and trailer, penalty to the Wallabies. Time is up on the clock. This will be the halftime break. And after a very slow start, the Wallabies have got their act together and they will take the lead into the halftime break. 21 points to 12. Well, they've put it into touch. They've put it straight into touch. They did not tap first. So this is still a live ball. Paenga-Amosa with the line-out throw. This is risky from the Wallabies. They go to the front. Alatoa. A trick play. Lonergan in midfield for Ikitau. Meredith wraps around the back. Cut-out pass on the bounce to Jorgensen. Gives Adesogbe time to sweep across. And Lonergan now puts it into touch. They said that didn't quite work out. We won't push our chances too far. And the Wallabies take the lead into the halftime break, 21-12. It's been a decent performance, a slow start, but they get there in the end. The Wallabies leading by 9 at the break. And I'm starting to feel pretty good about this prediction. $3 rank outsiders, I thought was crazy. I thought that was craziness. $3 rank outsiders. The Wallabies were surely better value than that. And yeah, I threw down and it's looking good so far. Halftime here, 21 points to 12. The Wallabies leading France. Can they keep it up in the second 40? We'll find out very, very soon. Be back shortly here on the Waste of World of Sports. Waste of Water Sports crew, halftime here. Welcome back. So, Mr. Dalmo, you really want me to commentate a sport that I don't know anything about with when two teams like France go at it. Okay, let's see. Sports that I know nothing about. Okay, I could do a soccer game. I don't know anything about soccer. AFL, I know a little bit about AFL. NBA, I don't know. It depends. Like, okay, when you say sports I don't know about, to what extent, I guess, is the question. To what extent do I not know? It's like, I don't follow soccer, but obviously I know that a goal is worth 1 point. And I know what an offside is if the last attacker, is if the front attacker is ahead of the last defender and the goalkeeper, or in between the goalkeeper and the last defender. That constitutes an offside. So I know some rules. So if we're talking about a sport that I know absolutely nothing at all about and I'm just going in blind, that becomes a little bit more difficult. But yeah, it would be interesting to just do a random live stream of some sport, just totally obscure. It'd be pretty funny, really, because sometimes those are the ones that turn out to be the best for one reason or another. It's, yeah, it's always quite funny. Back when I was doing my gaming channel, actually, when I did my gaming channel back in the day, sometimes the biggest streams were the ones where I just did a completely unknown game. We had no idea how it was going to go, and it ended up doing quite well. So maybe we do, yeah, maybe we do that sometime just for a little bit of fun. $21 points to 12 at the halftime break. I wonder if they're offering me a cash out here. Are they offering me any sort of cash out on this game? Because obviously the multi's not looking good. Same game multi, not looking good at all. Cash out. Okay. They are offering me a they are offering me not a horrible cash out offer, but yeah, it's certainly not one that I'm taking. Certainly not one that I'm interested in taking. So, the Wallabies, they got it together as that half went on, and they ended up on top. The panel looking very, very pleased. Alana Ferguson, Michael Hooper. As we go into halftime, the Wallabies with 52% possession, trailing on the territory, but despite the fact trailing on the territory, they've had almost equal the amount of entries into the opposition 22. So Fraser McWright, the cheeky son of a bitch, can we talk about him for a moment? 2 tries. Cheeky bugger. Robert Peters says, not a bad half so far, but need to tighten in this half and continue the good work. Okay, I think I've got... Yeah, there we go. Fraser McWright's got 2 tries. For some reason, I had Lonergan in as a try. Lonergan hasn't scored a try. It's Paenga-Amosa and it's Fraser McWright with 2. That was confusing. Yeah. Clint 007, your multi is gone. I think mine might be as well. 4 legs I've got. 4 legs. I feel like I needed... probably Wilson. I feel like I needed Harry Wilson. The opportunity was there. The Wallabies set up the rolling maul, and Harry Wilson laid it out the back for Fraser McWright to get his second. Wilson was the man driving forward at the front. It just went through the hands one too many times at the back of that maul. So we were nearly there. We were nearly bloody there for Harry Wilson. If Wilson had got ticked off, I would have been feeling okay still at halftime, because second half, you expect it to open up a wee bit. And if it opens up, that's when the backs come into play. And if Wilson's ticked off, I've got all backs left. Out of Sogby, Jorgensen, Peach, all wingers. 3 wingers left in an open and fast-paced second half. I'm feeling pretty good about that. I still think there's time for those 3, but I think Harry Wilson, that was his moment. I feel like the Harry Wilson leg's gone. So, but anyways, I do have a straight-up bet on the Wallabies to win. I talked about it in the pre-game. I said I've got a feeling there is a Wallaby ambush. There's a Wallaby ambush coming up. I had a feeling, and there's still 40 minutes of time left in this one. Plenty of time. Plenty of opportunities for them to cock it up somehow, but it's looking good so far. Oh, Clint 007, you needed France leading at halftime. Rough luck, buddy, rough luck. Yeah, see, I for me personally, and look, my multis don't work out just as much as the next guys, but yeah, I try and stay away from things like that in the same game multi. I learnt a very hard lesson to stay away from match winners in the multis. I went through a huge period of time where I was doing 3 try scorers and the match winner. And I would always get the 3 try scorers, but I would miss the match winner. So I decided to use that as ammunition to switch to 4-leg. Like you'll notice in all the streams, it's always usually a 4-leg try scorer multi. So what happens now, of course, apart from games like this one where I get 0, I quite often land on 3. 3 try scorers successful out of the 4, and it's the last one that lets me down. I've got a feeling that Harry Wilson will be the leg that lets us down in this one. I still have faith in the rest of them. 3 outside backs, 3 wingers. 40 minutes of rugby still to go in what we've already seen in that first half is open, free-flowing rugby. Both teams not afraid to toss the ball around. I still have faith in the other 3 legs. I feel like my Harry Wilson leg's gone, though. That was his chance in that first half. The rolling maul. That was the opportunity. Clint 007, you've learnt it, but every now and then you need to chuck it in to boost the multi up. I understand. I understand completely. Completely and totally understand. It's all a good lot of fun at the end of the day, isn't it? So. Around the grounds, let's see what's happening in the NRL. Around the grounds, NRL, the Bulldogs have hit back. They score the first try of the second half. 22 points to 4 with the kick to come. So the Bulldogs, we saw them do this against the Raiders once before as well. Well, they haven't done it yet, but I am saying we have seen the Bulldogs reel back a big first half deficit to run down the Raiders before, haven't we? So it's not out of the realms of possibility that it happens again. Robert Peters says Australia to stick it to the Leapers in this coming half. Well, I've got the wager on the Wallabies to win outright. I put the proverbials on the chopping block. We all know I'm not afraid to do that. I will chuck the proverbials on the chopping block. Balls on the line. And I did predict the Wallabies to win outright. Didn't take the security of the line. Just went outright. And we'll see. We'll see how the second half goes. Oh boy, I'm not normally on this side for the Wallabies. I'm not normally going for them. It's quite nerve-wracking, to be perfectly honest. It's actually terrifying. Robert Peters, I reckon a comeback is on the cards in the league. I mean, the Bulldogs, as I said, the Bulldogs, they've done it to the Raiders before. They've done it to the Raiders before. Bonner Lee, ahoy, mate. Did France bring a B team? Not completely. I mean, there's some familiar names there in that French team. I wouldn't say that this is the strongest French team available by any stretch of the imagination, but I also wouldn't call it a clear-cut B team either. I mean, you've got Jalibert, Adesogbe's there, Ntamack playing fly half. You've got Lucha at scrum half. Let's just say it's not a clear-cut B team, but I also wouldn't be casting judgment on them. Should they go on and lose this game, I certainly wouldn't be going, well, it's all doom and gloom for France. Second half about to get underway. The Wallabies leading by 9 at the break. I would dare say this is not the team that we look for at the World Cup for France. No, there'll be some fairly notable changes. Second half, 5 seconds away from getting underway. The Wallabies with the kickoff. They send it into the 22, straight down the middle of the park, taken by France. And they immediately set up their exit outside the 22. 21 points to 12. The Wallabies leading. 40 minutes of rugby action left. Lucha with a big, long box kick. Finds space in behind the Wallabies defense. And it's heading for the corner. Tom Wright plucks it out of the air. A metre in from touch. And he finds a clearing kick up to halfway where France go quickly. Ntamack keeps it alive now for Miofu. And the Pokemon sets it up 40 meters out. Ntamack goes again. Spinning away from the first tackle there is Nochi. France shift to the left. Grandier, nowhere to go. Has to cut back infield. The ball spills out the side of the ruck, knocked on by the Wallabies. Cheeky little hand on that one. And it'll be a scrum down for the French. 40 meters out from the Wallabies line. Frantic start to the second half. Falling the way of the French, much like we saw in the first half. France started red hot, started on top. Slowly but surely started to go the way of the Wallaby. Robert Peters says, Dan, I want Australia to win, but France have a knack of coming back, but hopefully not in this game. Yeah, 9 points is nothing. Well, it's not nothing. It's 9 points, but you know what I mean. 9 points, whilst it's not physically nothing, that'll be easy for this French team to run down. Big shove at scrum time there from the Wallabies. Luchu has to race the ball out. And now Browbury in midfield. That was a huge scrum from the Wallabies. Boy, oh boy, what a hit. Ntamack. Jalibert can't get on the outside of Jorgensen. Just outside the 22. Back infield now. Verhagen. Lays it back. The pick and go now for Nochi. Inside the 22. The Wallabies steal the ball away. Fraser McWright was it who's wrestled that away. And now Tom Wright clears. Finding touch 10 short of halfway. Repelling the French attack. It was Fraser McWright. Oh, he's having a blinder. 2 tries and now a big turnover. Jason Callaway, ahoy, mates. I did indeed have the Wallabies winning this one. As we've got time off now for an injury to one of the French forwards. Waste of Water Sports crew. There's always a little bit of a cheeky giveaway to know who I've gone for in a match. People have probably figured it out by now, but if you haven't figured it out by now, on YouTube, you generally know who I'm going for in a game based on whose jersey I pick for the thumbnail. If I've just randomly, out of nowhere, picked a particular team that I don't normally pick in the thumbnail, you'll know that I've gone for the upset. As McWright's now in over the top of this one and steals it away again. Back-to-back steals for Fraser McWright. And the Wallabies have it on halfway. Wilson now takes it up to halfway. Paenga-Amosa, dummies, tucks it under the shoulder. 10 short of the halfway line, and the Wallabies, boy, they're looking good. They're looking good. Good tackle there on Ikitau. France look to drive over the top. It's still there, though, for Lonergan. Gives it to Alatoa for the carry. Wallabies keeping it in tight. Lonergan now looking for the box kick, perhaps. Yes, he does. Gets this one away. Not a lot of distance. Lands it over the halfway line. It's there for France. Adesogbe pops it up for Jalibert, who brings it back into the Wallabies half. A little isolated. Wallabies look to drive over. Adesogbe has it at the back and keeps it alive here for France. Space out to the left. One-on-one tackle by Swalihi. Had to be made and is. Tackle on halfway. Wallabies look to counter-ruck. Still there for France. A flick pass is lost forward. Penalty to the Wallabies. Oh, it's just not happening here for France. A penalty on halfway. They're forcing errors here from France that we don't normally see. Meredith steps up to put this one into touch. Putting it inside the French 22. The Wallabies go on the attack here, looking to extend their lead in the second half. Oh, we've got a penalty now. TMO. Much like this is almost exactly like we saw in the first half. Almost exactly like we saw in the first half. The TMO has intervened, and instead of a Wallabies attack inside the 22, we have come back for a penalty to France inside the Wallabies half. A tip tackle against Jorgensen on Adesogbe. This second half, almost mirror image of the first, and France have decided to have a shot at 3. 48 metres out, right in front, they've elected to have a shot at posts. France put the penalty goal over. Luchu makes it 21 points to 15. And now that was very smart as far as the scoreboard goes. Brings them within a converted try. But I also think, digging deeper into it, that is a real acknowledgement to the Wallabies. The fact that France resorted to taking the penalty goal, it's a testament to the Wallabies' defense. And it's an acknowledgement from France that they know they're in for a real test here. From the kickoff, though, the rolling maul is set. It's smoking upfield. Penalty advantage as the Wallabies look to collapse. Luchu has it on halfway. Releases into midfield. Intermac going left. Jalabert offloads back for Broberry. And he's got space on the outside now for Grandia, looking for a double. The Wallabies scramble and bring him down 10 metres out. Luchu keeps it alive, though. Back into midfield. Numbers out to the right for France if they can get it there. Oh, they've kept it in tight. The ball loose out the back for Intermac. They've butchered it here, France. The Wallabies scramble and shut it down. 5 out from the line. It's there for the Wallabies. They turn it over. France have held on. They have dead set butchered a try. They had 42 on 1 out to the right. They kept it in close up the middle of the field. And the Wallabies secure the turnover when they did eventually release it out to that right flank. Well, they've absolutely butchered one there, the French. Jorgensen. Fantastic work there to get in over that ball. Hands on the head from the French attackers. Jason Calloway says, is Game ML sending any membership gifts today? I don't know that, Jason. Jeez, I wasn't even expecting her to do so. I never know if she's doing it in the first place. Generosity that knows no end from Game ML and Odd Poppet, I believe, is another one who throws them out from time to time. Wallabies line out is disrupted, but it bounces up nicely for Paenga-Amosa. Lonergan, infield for Wilson. Yeah, Game ML's not really a rugby union follower, so Lonergan controls it at the back, puts the box kick up, lands it on halfway. Adesogbe comes forward for it. It's batted back for France. And they go back on the attack now. 8 minutes gone in the second half. 21 points to 15, still anybody's game. Back it goes to halfway, but Intermac puts the high ball up. Contestable. He's caught the Wallabies defence in no man's land. It bounces backwards, picked up by Fraser McWright. And McWright can't get the arms free. The Wallabies have it 10 short of halfway. Now Tom Wright puts the kick downfield, looking to bend it into touch, but it's taken on the full. Intermac carries back, threatening the long ball out to the right. Turns it back inside, though. And the ball is kept alive. France up over halfway. Down the right edge they go. Jalabert runs out of space. Has to cut back in field. Moefana beats one, beats two. Still going Moefana. Try line wide open. And he's brought down in a try saver by Tom Wright. Penalty advantage. This will be a yellow card against Australia. Numbers out to the left. Jalabert puts the kick pass in. And it sets up for Grandia to get a double. 21-20 with the kick to come. And that try might just save the Wallabies from a yellow card. But Grandia gets a double. France head back. It's 21-20 with the kick to come. Oh, this is going to go down to the wire. This is going down to the wire. Robert Peter says that's a name to say when drunk. Luchu from the sideline hits the upright and bounces away. It stays 21 points to 20. The Wallabies in the lead. Ford, Rawiri, ahoy mate. Here we go. Game on. Big finish coming up. Dear, oh dear, the Wallabies slowing the play down. James Slipper onto the field. Wallabies go short with the kickoff, and it sets up for Slipper. James Slipper has it for the Wallabies. Lonergan sends it into midfield. Williams takes it to ground. 30 metres out. Paenga-Amosa out the back for Meredith. Spilt. Lockie Shaw knocks it on, and France immediately kick downfield. Nobody at the back here for the Wallabies. Meredith charging back. Takes it inside the 22. Throws the floater over to Peach. And Peach under pressure. 10 out from his own line. The Wallabies scramble back. Lonergan with the box kick. Making sure of his touch. 30 metres out. France will go on the attack though. And remember, Tom Wright's in the sin bin. Yellow card for Tom Wright. Odd Poppet says Keon Kalamatangi is a mouthful when drunk. I can barely say it properly when I'm sober. There's quite a few players I used to struggle with. For Asamoah Malawi, obviously that was one that I just never attempted. It took me a lot of practice off stream before I finally had a crack at for Asamoah Malawi. France now with the line out throw. 30 metres out from the line on the attack. They go to the back, uncontested. Rolling maul is set. Wallabies collapse immediately. They get away with it, though. Lucky. Lemorth bursts through. Pops it up for Grandier, who's having a blinder on debut. And 22 metres out now. Luku. Left for Intermac. Takes the line on. And Roman Intermac winds back the clock. And puts France in the lead. 25-21 kick to come. Roman Intermac. The veteran fly half. Ghosting through. Catching James Slipper on the weak shoulder. Outpaces him. And Intermac scores. Oh, the Wallabies are falling apart here in the second half. Roman Intermac, the veteran fly half. You can't beat experience. That's what they say. Luku from the sideline bends it back through the middle. And now France lead 27-21. What a turnaround it's been. The Wallabies do, of course, have Tom Wright in the sin bin. Yellow card after that last attacking raid. All the momentum here with the French. And it's now at that situation where I probably should have considered that halftime cash out that they were offering me. The Wallabies, from a 9-point lead, suddenly find themselves in a 6-point deficit. Now they put the kickoff, bouncing into touch. France are calling it out on the full, but it's bounced just in the field of play. France will get the line out just inside the 22. The Wallabies, they've got to attack this ball. They can't keep giving the French free ball. They do attack, but it's well secured by France. Going to the middle of the line out. Rolling maul is set. The Wallabies stall it. Luchu forced to box kick from inside the 22. Oh, it's a monster of a kick all the way down in the Wallabies half. 10 metres their own side of halfway. Meredith puts the kick back downfield. And France can counter-attack here. They've got the extra man. Jalabert heads left. Back in field for Jalabert. Turns it inside for Grandier. And they're 22 meters out now. France on the counter-attack. Looking good. Really taking advantage of this extra man. Labamba pops it up now. And they're over on the right edge. From edge to edge, Mofana for Adesogbe. Spins back in field. Miraculously stays in the field of play. 5 meters out now. The crash ball. Staniforth goes to ground. Back in field. Lamont a meter out. Fraser McWright screaming in back play. Still there for France. Cut out pass in front of the post. The Wallabies need to hold on here. Half a meter out. Nailed on that right upright. The pick and go. And the try is scored. The French lock barges over. And it's 32 points to 21. And it's all fallen apart here for the Wallabies. (32-21) kick to come from right in front. It has absolutely fallen apart. Dear, oh dear. (57 minutes gone. Conversion successful. It's 34 points to 21. And Tom Wright is still in the bin. That yellow card. Wow. It just fell to pieces for the Wallabies. Still 20 minutes left to play. Time for them to get back into it. Only 2 converted tries. But they need to wrestle some momentum back. 3 minutes left in the sin bin for Tom Wright. Wallabies send the restart into the 22. And it's taken by Gazzotti, who sets it up just outside now. Luchu carries back for the box kick. Sends it high. Adesogbe chasing through to put pressure on. Adesogbe bats it back, and it's still there for France. They have it up over halfway now. The ball is held up off the deck. Rolling maul. They get to ground nicely. Over into midfield. Nolshi, 40 meters out. It's one-way traffic at the moment. The Wallabies have to stem this flow of momentum. Intermac for Jalibert. Puts the grubber kick in. And it sits up for Peach at the back, who slips, gets up and goes again. Peach tackled on the 22. Clint 007 says the French hit second gear. Could have done that in the first half, because obviously he needed France to be leading at the halftime break. Box kick clearance here, up towards the halfway line. 10 short. And it will be a line-out throw for France. That was Tate McDermott who's on the field. 20 minutes to go. France with a comfortable lead. The rolling maul set from the line-out. Goes down in midfield. France now controlling possession, controlling territory. Luchu digs it out, sends it left. Gazzotti stepping back infield. Quick ruck ball now. The ruck speed for the French is really picked up. Intermac sends it to the right. McDermott tries to drag them over the sideline, but France keep it in play. Well done. Staniforth now heads back infield. 25 meters out. Back down the short side. Staniforth pops it up for Adesogbe. Puts the step on Peach. Fends away from another. Into play. Back for Jalibert to Adesogbe. And Adesogbe's over the line to score. Has he got it to ground? Adesogbe. A conversation now between the officials. Has he got it to ground? They're going to have a look. Well, this will be the killer blow if Adesogbe's got this to ground. He beat one tackle, popped the ball back inside for Jalibert with quick hands, straight back out to the right for Adesogbe. He's over the line, but has he got it to ground? Quick hands, keeping that ball alive. And, well, was it forward? It might be the only thing that saves the Wallabies here. And yeah, that seems like a pretty clear-cut forward pass. Jalibert back to Adesogbe. Looks like a forward pass. So it looks like it's going to be Wallabies ball here. Adesogbe has caught the ball behind him, but it is forward. It's about half a metre forward. No try. Forward pass. It'll be scrum down for the Wallabies. They've survived that one. The final minute of the yellow card period for Tom Wright. 34 points to 21. Still under the pump, though, the Wallabies. Got to get themselves down the other end of the field and get some attack going. France have been sharing the try-scoring around, Mr. Dalmo. Very much. Scrum down. McDermott feeds. Solid foundation. It wheels illegally. Penalty to the Wallabies. What a reliever. There's still 20 minutes left to go in this one. An illegal wheel. Penalty to the Wallabies. The Wallabies have rung in the changes. Meredith is off. Lonergan's off. So a change in the halves. McDermott's on and Jock Campbell on the field. Paenga-Amosa goes quickly to the front. McDermott gets it off the tap down. Campbell in midfield. Quick ruck ball again for McDermott. Last week's team has time to show up. Yes. Through the hands now. Campbell heads around the back of his own man. Obstruction penalty to France. 30 metres out, right in front. And that sums it up. That sums up this second half for the Wallabies. They'll have a shot at 3 here and put themselves out beyond the 2 converted tries. Campbell dummies and runs in behind James Slipper. Clear-cut penalty. And Luchu will make this 37 points to 21 with the penalty goal. And Jock Campbell, not a great start. 18 minutes left to play. And France have a very comfortable lead now. They're beyond 2 converted tries. Just like that. This game turned on its head so quickly. You just can't believe how quickly this game swung. The Wallabies from up by 9 to down by 16. And there's still 17 minutes left to play. The Wallabies go short with the restart. Back the ball back. Slipper has it again. Well, that is one area that's been working out for them. The short kickoffs. They've been very successful at getting their hands back on the ball, the Wallabies. 30 metres out. McDermott goes on a snipe. Taken down, 25 out. Paenga-Amosa in midfield. Swalihi pops it up for Slipper. Wilson turns it back inside. 37-21. Campbell for Paenga-Amosa. French defense holding firm. Wilson wraps around the back of the ruck, down the short side. Easy read for the French defense. McDermott back in field. Williams lays it back. McDermott's got nobody running with him. And the little scrum half gets sacked 22 metres out. Wilson with a forward pass back in field. Dropped anyway. And Adesogbe fires it back. France counter-attack is on here. Oh, Jalibert slips as he puts the kick in. And that will be no advantage. They'll come back for the knock-on. A scrum to France. Jalibert looked to monster that one upfield. Slips as he's kicking the ball. And it will be a scrum down here for France. Scrum down now. Just outside their own 22. Big shunt again from the Wallabies, but France retain the ball. Intermac sends it out to the left. Jalibert steps back in field. Oh, Bralbari it was, sorry. They're 10 short of halfway. 15 minutes left to go. There's still time, but not a lot. It is running out here for the Wallabies. Legaric has it at the back. The box kick from 10 short from halfway puts it into the Wallabies half. And Adesogbe bats it back there for the Wallabies. McDermott with quick ruck ball sends it out the back for Wright. Swalihi. Campbell and Ikitau, quick hands now. And Peach steps back in field. They're inside the French half. Campbell goes again into midfield for Tupou. Slipper wants it out on the left. Swalihi tries to get on the outside of his man. He's brought to ground just inside the French half. Slipper burrows under and lays it back. McDermott goes quickly into midfield. Wilson pops this one up. France all over them here defensively. Nowhere to go for the Wallabies. McDermott digs it out again. Campbell, dummies, takes the line on. Adesogbe with the hit. It's quick ruck ball though. Ikitau turns it back inside for Wilson. Pops it up for McDermott. And McDermott carries it to the 22. Pick and go from Paenga-Amosa. Inside the 22, the Wallabies with front foot ball. This is much better play. 10 phases in. Numbers out to the right. They've got to get the ball there. Cut out pass for Peach. Peach is forced back in field. They went there too quickly. McWright there to control the ruck area. McDermott down the short side. Quick hands. Jorgensen forced back in field. The scrambling defense from France is on song. Wilson bends the line. McDermott finds half a gap. The pick and go. 10 meters out. Tupou goes nowhere, but sets it back. A couple of French defenders taken out of the line now. Wallabies control it at the back. And they've lost the ball in contact. France now with a counter-attack opportunity. They put it through the hands. Intermac beats the one-on-one tackle. Adesogbe back inside for Intermac. Gets the ball free. And the kick downfield has turned the Wallabies all the way down to their own 22. Dylan Peach wrapped up. He's isolated. This will be a turnover to France. Oh, the Wallabies scramble well. But they've gone all the way back downfield. Ikitau almost fends away from his man, brings it back 10 short of halfway. They had an opportunity, the Wallabies. They cough it up, and France bring it all the way back down the other end. 12 minutes left to play. The Wallabies have fallen apart in this second half. Slipper goes short for Tupou. Burst straight through. Tupou's got support from Swalihi. Look on the inside, mate. Oh, it's a poor pass. Swalihi has to reach back for it. And that lost all the momentum. Penalty to France as Australia dive in over the top and seal off. A penalty to France. Oh. It was simple. Draw and pass, and Swalihi was in under the sticks. The pass was terrible. A metre behind Swalihi. He had to reach back for it, and that killed off all the momentum. And then diving over the top and sealing off a penalty to France. Incredibly poor. 10 minutes left to go, and France are just slowing down the play here. Finding touch, 10 short of the halfway line. I cannot believe how badly the Wallabies just butchered that try. Oh, it was just such a simple draw and pass on the fullback to put Swalihi in under the posts. Somehow they butchered that. I cannot even fathom. I cannot even fathom how they screwed that up. Line out is secured here for France. Rolly Maul set. That's once, says the referee. They have to clear it. Legaric puts the box kick in. Up over halfway. Pressure here at the back. Well taken by Campbell. A little isolated, but they managed to retain the ball. Muzzle Flash says Rugby Australia has deep and worrying leadership and corruption issues, which have been going on for decades. As McDermott pops this one up for Champion de Crêpe. 5 short of halfway. Tupou, who made that last line break. They've wrapped him up this time. 37-21. France with the lead. McDermott has it at the back. Puts the box kick up. Adesogbe bats it back. Gets there for France. Intermac clears. Sends it upfield. And they've turned the Wallabies away again. Tom Wright has it. 10 short of halfway. In midfield. Fires a forward pass over to Peach. And that sums it all up, really, for the Wallabies. 9 minutes to play. Tom Wright off the kick return. Throws a 10-metre forward pass out to Dylan Peach on the right edge. This is the Wallabies we know and love, right? This is the Wallabies we know. That was a little blip on the radar last week. That performance last week was, just a little speck on the radar. This is the Wallabies we know. Scrum down now for France. 8 minutes left to play. Oh, Australia made a mistake. We've got to go way back. We've got to go way back to Australia's first mistake was when they got rid of Robbie Deans. Jalabert through the hands, straight through. Adesogbe scores the try. That's the absolute dead set match winner. Adesogbe gets my first tick off the multi, by the way. And that is the clincher for France. Adesogbe scores 42 points to 21. The kick to come. It's a massacre. From a 9-point lead at the halftime break, the Wallabies are down by 21 points, 21 points. I can't do mathematics, apparently. From a 9-point lead at the break, the Wallabies, with 8 minutes left to play, are trailing by 21 points with the kick to come. What a turnaround in the second half. Intermac with the conversion attempt. Oh, he slips and it falls short. He falls on his bum as he tries to convert, and it's waved away. 42 points to 21. Whatever the halftime speech was from the Wallabies, put it in the bin. Never use it again. Because this second half performance has been disgraceful. Short with the restart, they secure the ball again. One shining light for the Wallabies has been they've been able to secure the ball with regularity from the short restarts. Jock Campbell taken down in midfield. Paenga-Amosa out the back for Swalihi, flat-footed and wrapped up 10 short of the halfway line. Well, 10 metres into French territory. McDermott staying down the short side. The ball in behind Daugunu. And that's been the story of the second half. The passes in behind the man. Swalihi should have scored under the post. Could have been a completely different second half. McDermott keeps the ball alive. Fights his way forward. Tate McDermott. Daugunu picks it up from the back of the ruck. Penalty advantage now. France caught offside. 5 minutes left to play. Can they get some consolation points here, the Wallabies? Penalty. As the referee says, no advantage. Oshwin Jacobson says Australia just need a fly half. I think they need a bit more than that somehow. Robert Peters says Australia have fallen apart like an old, run-down, dilapidated building. Wallabies, fine touch, 5 metres out, attacking line-out throw to try and get some consolation points. Paenga-Amosa comes up for the throw. Goes to the middle, uncontested. Wallabies ball. Rolling maul is set. They drive towards the line. They're a metre out. The backs come in and get involved. It starts driving backwards now. France repel it. And it goes to ground 5 metres out. Daugunu picks it up. A metre out from the line now. 4 minutes left to play. Tupou with the pick and go. They're keeping it in tight here, the Wallabies. Looking for a penalty advantage. They get the penalty advantage. And now they drive over. The try is scored. Who's come up with it? The try has been scored. Some consolation points for the Wallabies. And I'll tell you momentarily who it was. It was Jeremy Williams, I believe. Yes, it was. The number 5, Jeremy Williams, makes it 42 points to 26 with the kick to come. Getting the ball to the line. Campbell pushes the conversion across the face. And it stays 42 points to 26. Three minutes left to play. Disappointing second half for the Wallabies. Comes crashing down. But they do get some points. France with the restart. Sending it deep just outside the 22. And it's well claimed there by the try scorer, Williams. Setting it up just outside the 22. The Wallabies, no more box kicking. They put it through the hands. Daugunu brings it outside the 22. McDermott goes quickly. Back in field for Wilson. Ducks into the contact. Paenga-Amosa loses it out the back. Towed through and sits up a metre out from the line for Campbell. The Wallabies retreat and claim the ball. They still have it, but they've lost about 22 metres. Now, a nice ball from Jorgensen over the top to Peach. Flicks it back for Jorgensen. And he's tackled a metre in from touch. Penalty advantage now. Not quite sure what the penalty was for, to be perfectly honest. Tom Wright flicks it back for Tupou, who spills it. They'll come back for the penalty. Wallabies have it over on that far right side, and they can clear upfield. Is that a Sogby down in back play? Getting stretched out. Wallabies find touch just inside the French half. Jorgensen to Peach there. Some good interplay, but too little too late for the Wallabies in this second half. Paenga-Amosa with the throw. Goes to the middle. Williams bats it down for McDermott. Peach now, quick hands. Wilson for Swalahi. Intercept by France. Here they go on the counter-attack. Flick pass back in field, looking for Grandier. But he loses it forward. Wallabies have it back. Slipper now carries it forward. And the Wallabies dodge a bullet there. 30 seconds left to play. Paenga-Amosa steps back down the short side. Both teams have a bonus point for scoring 4 tries. McDermott down this left edge from McWright. Tupou, dummies. Doesn't sell that to anybody. Wilson. As time is up on the clock, Peach carries forward, bends the line. Siren sounds in back play. Ollie is the best. Ahoy, mates. Who's cheeky? Mike, Matt, Lockie, Cooper, or Monty? Oh, Monty's pretty cheeky, but I've got to go with Lockie. Monty's cheeky, but Lockie is just one cheeky-ass name. As France secure the ball, put it into touch. Time is up. And France have defeated the Wallabies here, 42 points to 26. It's an absolute annihilation. Well done to the French. I really did feel like an ambush was on. And in the first half, it looked like we were on. But the second half, the Wallabies they just reverted. It was the Wallabies of old. They fell to pieces. And they just didn't show up in that second half. It was one-way traffic. And all credit to France. What a victory it was. What a bounce back after the performance that they put in against the All Blacks last week. They showed that it was no fluke. Nobody thought it was a fluke. But I'm just saying, they confirmed that it was no fluke when they took the fight to the All Blacks last week. The Wallabies, well, what they showed was that it was a little blip on the radar. Their efforts last weekend, nearly pulling off a victory. Thought they might have been able to back it up and turned a corner, but no, another false dawn perhaps for the Wallabies. They go down in flames here at Suncorp Stadium. 42 points to 26 in favour of France. Thank you so much, Waste of Water Sports crew, for joining us for this one. I very much appreciate it, as always. We'll be back for a triple header tomorrow in the NRL. Hope to see you there. Thanks so much for joining me for this one. I'm going to love you and leave you. Catch you soon. Cheers. Happy birthday, Jonathan. Hang on. Wait a minute before we go. It's Jonathan's birthday. Where is it? Good Lord. I know what I'm looking for. I just don't know where to find it. It's Jonathan's birthday. Oh, here we go. Okay. Happy birthday, Jonathan. 28, huh? The big 2-8. Happy birthday, Jonathan. 28 years old. Hope you have a fantastic day. And yeah, hope you're a French fan, I suppose, because celebratory drinks for French Rugby Union. Cheers. Catch you all tomorrow.